Quarantined Comedian. Hi guys, this is Quarantined Comedian with me, your favorite host, emo gothic something, Ali Weinstein. And today I have a treat for you. In the comments down below under one of our videos, you've suggested for this show a wonderful Russian comedian, Ivan.Yavits, and we got him for you. We got him, we have him, we're ready to interview him. Shall we? We couldn't get a professional actor to play Communist Trotsky for our show, so we got the next best thing. Honestly, we don't know why Putin hasn't kicked him out of the country yet. Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
It's so nice to see you. Oh my God, I'm fine. I'm on the verge of psychosis. How about you?
Great. I've bought a new chisel, so now I'm like Jesus Christ, all set. Doing carpeting, carpenting.
Carpeting?
Carpeting.
Carpentry? Carpentry.
Yeah. And yeah, so making. I made a sandbox for my kids and
Jeez.
trying to make a small
Inside the house?
No. Well, I'm at the countryside, so we've got it.
Oh.
We've got some land, where we can spend some time.
Oh,
right?
excuse me.
Yeah.
That man got some land. No wonder you're married already.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go into the round number one?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Round number one, the about. In the round number one, I will ask you to tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. Obviously, they know you because they've suggested you for this show.
Wow.
But just, bits and pieces, where you from, what's your style of comedy, what do you generally do as a comedian?
Well, basically, I do English teacher jokes and trying to explain grammar in a funny way. And it's even funnier when I'm trying to explain it to native speakers. So, well, I just think it's funny, but sometimes they find it funny too.
With the state of American education,
right.
you're gonna be big on the American market.
Yeah. Right. I'm from Russia. Name's Ivan. Ivan.Yavits. This is like Ivanovich is my patronymic name. So I started doing comedy about 6 years ago. I was a student at Moscow State Linguistic University. I saw Eddie Izzard and Dylan Moran, and I fell in love with the craft. And I thought I should give it a try. But there were no open mics in Russian, so I thought, well, there was no stand-up comedy in Russia. Not only in English, but also in Russian. Yeah. So I thought, well, I want to try it. So how can I do it? The only way I could do it was to go abroad. And that's why I thought I'll train a little bit here and then I go abroad to try it. And then so I made this open mic in English open mic where there were
in Moscow.
Yeah, in Moscow, right? Yeah. And there were
Mm-hmm.
For a couple of months I performed to almost empty rooms, right? Like two friends that regretted like being my friends.
Coming,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking
like
about.
Everyone who's
like performing to three people who like two of them are comedians.
Right.
It's just the start.
Yeah. And but sometimes these people are oh wow, show in English, stand-up comedy. That's what free. Amazing! What can be better? And they come in, and then they see you, a rookie, with one funny joke, and I'm doing an hour, and they're smiling like that. Like, how can we get out of this so that we wouldn't, crush his dreams? Or they were very people usually were very nice.
I have to say that's a very polite story of them. Right. Also, in the round number one, I usually ask people to tell us a story from their life to kind of open the character from that side. So the story I would ask from you is a story about your weirdest comedy show that you've done.
So I'll just keep talking. I'll just continue my story because that's the next thing because the weirdest show that I had were when I was starting out, and I think the first time I did stand up, I don't think you can call it that, but that was pretty weird. I was performing to a bunch of friends and some students that I taught, at the university, like some strangers as well. So for the first show, I had like about 10, 15 people, and I was doing that all in English, and then it ended. I was like, and I remember I had one laugh. I had one laugh, and I was like, I'm killing it, baby. I was like, I had one laugh, and it was like, well, who's the next
Well,
big thing, you know?
who's the daddy?
Yeah, and it was. I
Well,
felt
you're the
so
daddy. You
good.
have two kids.
Yeah, right. Well, now I am right. Just yeah, I've got two kids just to be masculine enough so that people wouldn't like think that I'm like that.
Would you like a tough question?
Yeah, sure.
What was the greatest laughter in your life? The first laughter of your first child, or the first laughter you get from being on stage?
Well, the greatest I think well, kids when kids laugh, it's always good. But when the audience laughs, you like when they laugh at your new joke. Because
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that's funny, and you're like, yes, exactly. But sometimes
That's going in the show.
yeah, but sometimes, yeah. But sometimes you've got this old joke that you almost hate or like tired of, and people laugh at this, and you're like, oh, come on, you fucking like stupid, like how can you laugh at it? Because you don't find it funny anymore because you've told it so
Yeah.
many times, and because it's about grammar and
I feel like you very politically correctly
Right.
avoided the choosing between your children and comedy, but that's
Yeah.
that's very. I
But
think
I choose
this
children.
What,
I choose
Russia
kids.
teaches.
I choose kids.
Oh, okay, cool.
I choose kids.
Is this because your wife's going to be watching this show?
Oh, she will watch everything. I don't know why, but she watches everything that I have. That I
Like she's not
participate in.
tired of you in quarantine.
Right, this is so weird. I don't know. I never watched
Okay.
this stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, nice. Are you ready for the round number 2?
Sure, let's go.
Round number 2, truth serum. So the round number 2 is called truth serum, which means that I'm gonna ask you some questions that are catered to you. Absolutely, it's based on your life or your comedy, and I will ask you to answer truthfully yet hilariously.
All right, I'll try
hopefully.
to combine that.
Okay, I feel like the hardest point is in the combination for a lot of people, but for me it's like, well, I think life is funny.
Right.
So, hopefully you think so too. So,
Sure.
last year, and you are an English teacher by profession and
Right.
by...
I've got a diploma.
So, okay, I'm not asking you to show it, but it's okay.
I won't.
Unsolicited diploma picture, that's...
Right.
Okay.
Imagine I always have it so insecure, you know, like I've got a diploma.
Nobody ever looked at my diploma. Okay.
Nobody.
Last year, ex-president of Russia suggested that teachers need to have side businesses to earn money.
Oh, right.
Why did you decide to have 2 non-paying jobs?
Okay. So, well, basically, being an English teacher is a hobby because you don't really get paid, and being a stand-up comedian is a hobby, but it has the potential, you know. I like teaching English because people listen to you and laugh at all of your jokes. But I like stand-up comedy because you get feedback immediately. Because when you teach English, when you after you explained a rule, people start making more mistakes, and this is I don't know how it works. Well, at least when I explain it, and you don't see the result, right? So you teach them for a year, and then they speak better 10 years afterwards, you know. So this is
with
and
other
you never
teachers,
see, yeah,
yes,
with a teacher who yeah. So they cheat on me with other teachers, and they show all the vocabulary to other teachers that I taught, right? But with comedy, you have a joke, you tell it, it's funny, people laugh, you get the money. This is amazing, and you can get more money, more people, and with teaching,
hopefully,
you can
hopefully.
you can only.
I got 10 sold out shows in Europe, and still it's I'm on quarantine doing jack shit.
All right. Well, still you've got.
Are you doing
experience.
shows in quarantine?
I've tried. I did one in English and one in Russian, and the Russian one I bombed, and the English one was alright. But
Nice.
it's okay. I think just do a podcast or do a show like
Yeah.
that. You know, I will look.
Just do a show like that.
Yeah. For comedians, these shows are good. So for
I think
practice,
so too.
yes.
I think
But
at least I can talk to people all over the
Right.
world and feature comedians that are actually really great and not in a massive, don't have like a TV spotlight on them,
Right.
sort of.
And
Yeah.
and moreover, Dennis told me that some comedians, Igor told me that some comedians even get invited to shows they wouldn't have been invited. Like,
Absolutely.
I had a gig in California yesterday. It's like, oh, so cool. Like, but it was in Zoom, so why are you bragging?
Yeah.
But no, I'm like, oh, I'm international now. This is so interesting.
Yeah.
How for comedians it's so good, but for audiences, I can't
I've
imagine who
been-
is watching them. Really.
I've been invited to do a show in San Francisco
That's
the other week.
fantastic.
Sadly, I have to be up at 4 a.m. to do that.
Wow. And
Yeah.
this is so
I'm
interesting.
not, I don't think I'm gonna. So, the second question of the round is you and your wife have recently started a program for married couples to kind of restore the sense of humor in marriage.
Okay.
So, this is a tough one.
All right.
What is your best joke about your wife?
It's my best joke about my wife. All right. I don't remember really. Like the jokes I make are all on the spot, you know, and usually, for some reason, all the jokes that I make, on a daily basis, inside the family circle, are all about shit and poo. I don't know why, but this is just my go-to. Once my wife said, "I bet you can't last a week without making a single joke about poo." And I was like, well, I probably can. And like in a couple of hours, I did a joke about poo, and I was like, yeah, you're right. This is illness. This is some sort of disease. So I always do some.
No, I think maybe you're just so tired of intellectual jokes that you usually do that you come home, relax, and do just shit jokes.
I just maybe this is thanks for thanks for being nice, putting it nicely. But sometimes it's not even a joke. She's like, she asks me to do something, and I say, oh no, I need to poo. Can I poo or something? I ask her I ask her for the permission to go and do that. Like just in a funny.
She got an iron fist in that family.
Yeah, like pretending that she was like iron.
Also, a side note: this is a current situation in Russia. Putting it nicely. It's sorry.
Okay.
Sometimes I can save myself.
Okay.
I can't not
Nicely.
make a Putin joke
Right.
to save myself.
Yeah.
It's like your poop jokes.
Right.
Mine is Putin.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'd much rather had Putin jokes because at least this is you can make it material. I can't do poo jokes from stage because it doesn't fit.
You should try sometime. Blue collar comedy.
No,
works.
I do. I bomb regularly. Every now and then I'm like, oh, a joke about piss and poo. I'll do that, and my wife is like, don't do that, and I bomb, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, but I
Nice.
never,
So, okay,
never stop trying.
kids, always listen to your wives.
Yeah.
The last question for the round number 2 is actually from your comedy set. In your show, you said that you have weird relationships with dead Lenin, like with the mausoleum where he lays in Moscow, which is weird because you look like Trotsky.
Yeah.
There's a historical joke there. So you have a weird story how your grandmother took you to the mausoleum and she showed you Lenin and she said, Lenin lived, lives, Lenin will live. Yeah, and scarred you for life, basically.
Yeah.
So, which other zombie stories do you enjoy?
Okay. I lived in Matisha, which is I don't know, for okay, which is a shithole.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like Bronx on the bed here.
yeah, and
let's
it
say.
used to be that. Now it's really nice. It's like
Oh, like
Broadway.
Bronx.
We've got the street. It looks like Broadway. It's insane. Now, so once I was walking to the train station, and I was on the bridge. I was crossing the river, and okay, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? It's raining, like nasty weather, windy, and so
Yeah.
you just you wouldn't leave your house if you didn't have to. Now, I had to go to the university, so I was like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and because it took me about 2-3 hours to get there, it's fine. So that's why 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, and then I was arena, and I saw a man who was walking towards me in wearing slippers, Adidas trousers, and a t-shirt, right? Very cold t-shirt, and he was look, I don't even know how to explain it. He was inhaling glue with one hand, and the other hand he was making weird gestures. So like
It's
donkey.
basically casting spells.
No, he was walking after. He was chasing his own hand. Can you even imagine that? Like donkeys, like donkeys chasing carrots. He was showing himself something interesting with his hand. He was inhaling and he was just walking. I'm like, I got up at 6 to get to the university. This guy is barely dressed. He's outside in the morning to get high. Fuck me.
That's a nice zombie. Actually,
fuck me, Heineken makes some good glue, Oh my God.
This raises
This
a question.
zombie.
What the fuck is in the glue in Russia? That's
Right.
that's
my God.
somebody should investigate that shit. Okay, thank you for the
That's my
zombie story.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the round number 3? This was all for round number 2, by the way.
All right.
Ready for
cool.
round number 3?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Round 3, classic lightning round. Okay, round number 3. The round number 3 is a classic lightning round. I'm going to give you like a classic setup to a joke, and then you have 10 seconds to finish it up with a punchline of yours or the story of yours. Please feel free to think outside your head so we can enjoy the thought process as much as the end of it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
I'm ready.
The first setup would be, how many teachers does it take to screw in a light bulb? 10 seconds on the clock.
A great number of teachers, or the number of teachers, a great number of teachers. Then the number of teachers who can do that is 7.
Why
any
7?
other constructions? I don't know. What?
Why 7?
Why 7? That's how many we needed last time. I don't know. I don't think so.
You have weird weekends there in the countryside,
right.
I have to tell you.
Yeah. Remember that story about the guy sniffing glue? That was me. I made it up. That was just me. That was me yesterday. So I'm not gonna lie to you. That was.
I have to say that sandbox building story from before.
The intro was a bit too long. I'm sorry,
different
but I'm just too proud of that. I'm just too proud of.
No. I was just wondering if you do it under if you did it under the glue influence.
Right.
What the hell happened?
People just get tired. I generally like to get my hands dirty. You know what I mean? And
no, I really don't.
Because I don't mean anything. There's nothing. No.
Okay. So second setup is a very classic. Have you ever noticed setup? So make it into anything you want. 10 seconds on the clock. Have you ever noticed?
Have you ever noticed that there's no toilet paper? Okay, it's jokes about poo again. No, see what happens? There's no toilet paper in a lot of toilets. And then the next joke will be about poo, and We know. Okay, I'm
shoot.
sorry.
Like we have to
sorry.
have after that we have to have one poo joke in the
No,
show.
I'm gonna restrain myself from that. No poo jokes.
That's a shame.
No.
Come on, you've kind of advertised it too much by now.
Imagine like that's a shame, and I just stand up and I literally just shit myself. Just there's poo all over my trousers. I'm like,
hey,
I'm do anything to kill on the show. I'll do anything. Everyone's like,
slapstick humor is still humor. Come on.
He's a professional. He's a professional.
Okay, that will get you invited to Fringe next year.
Oh my god.
Okay, and the last one.
Do you think that there have been shows where people shit themselves on stage? Fringe.
In one of our shows, also a good friend of mine, a comedian, she said that at Fringe she saw a show where in the end of it, a naked lady took out a chocolate egg out of her vagina, like a chocolate ball. So I would assume they stop at nothing.
Wow, that's a kids show that I would never take my son to. Right.
That's a birds and bees talk that you never wanted.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, wow.
And the third setup, fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. Trump. Donald Trump dies and goes to heaven.
Okay.
10 seconds on the clock.
Right. Dies, goes to heaven, and he can't get in because they've built a wall. Huh. All right.
Yeah, I would also say because he hit the wall. Yeah.
See? Yeah. Exactly.
That's called karma, kids.
Right.
Okay, this is all for round number 3. You've done great. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks. There was only one question where I didn't cheat. Like I didn't just, and that was the last one where I actually produced a joke.
If you don't tell anybody that you've cheated, nobody would know. Like this is one thing that the person who taught me how to act on stage told me. The audience does not know how it's supposed to go.
Right.
So basically that really freed me up on stage.
I'm an artist. I meant it to be bad.
Oh, yes, this is my egg. It was supposed to fall out. This is my chocolate egg.
Right.
And that's basically it for the show. Oh. And now you have like 5 seconds to look into your camera and tell our viewers absolutely anything you want to shout out, promote, or tell them. Stage is yours.
First of all, thank you for inviting me to the show. I've been on TV, I've been on something, and this show, I might say, is very professionally made. So keep. That's true. That's not a joke. That's actually true. That sounds so. So keep watching this show and stay tuned. And if you want to see me come to live shows when the quarantine is over, or you can find me on Instagram, maybe YouTube, but whatever.
Nobody ever does 5 seconds.
Right.
But thank you for blocking my advertising. People are already telling me that I'm only doing this show to collect compliments. But thank you so much for doing this. I will absolutely put everything, like all of your links in Facebook and upcoming shows in the comments down below in the description box. And this is it for the show. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you. That was brilliant. Well done.
I had a ton of fun. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thanks, bye-bye.
And for you, my dear subscribers, please like, subscribe, and share the love. And please suggest in the comments who you want to see in this show next, and maybe some questions for the round number 3. See, it works. We actually find them and get them to do the show. Well, they're being gracious enough to do that. But anyhow, my name is Ellie Weinstein, and this was Quarantined Comedian, and I'll see you in the next episode. Quarantined Comedian.